I want to welcome, we're laughing already.
Because we're excited.
We're excited because this is the first annual Fixing Famous People Oscars Spectacular.
Oh, God. I cannot wait to just talk about it.
We have one of my mentors, if not my mentor just in general, reality television veteran. She is the head of production of a lot of different places. She is hilarious, and I love her so much. Rebecca Bregman is with us.
Hi. I was going to say Jane Pauley.
Yeah,
Hi.
Jane.
Hi, how are you? When
You're speaking much too casually to be Jane Pauley.
I know. Hello.
You know what you should say is
Hello.
Jane Pauley.
I should have said Diane Sawyer because I want to fuck Mike Nichols, but
Slam.
that's a joke that
Not
only
now.
Dom and I will get.
Rebecca, we're so happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here. I love the Oscars.
We love the Oscars. We love you. We're so glad you're
Thank
the
you.
one talking about. I don't even know where to kick it off, but I
I know.
will say this. Do the Oscars need fixing? Yes, for all of eternity. There's no doubt. And we're going to do that today. But the show, Sunday night, not too bad. I
thought it was fine. I thought it was fine.
I walked away happy.
Yeah, I was okay. I mean, I know people are I mean, look, we remember the Oscars before Twitter, right? Like,
Yes.
so yeah, there was discourse, but this amount of discourse, like every little thing, every little like, well, should that have won all the award? I mean, yeah, but you would have waited 2 weeks to read about it in EW or something. You know what I mean?
Right. I wouldn't know that I was supposed to hate
Yes.
it instantly
Yeah.
until I took a magazine from my
Yeah.
next pediatrician
Yeah,
who was in.
exactly.
That's
And
not even untrue, actually, in some from my formative years. What was your? All right, let's be.
Let's start outside. Let's start outside. How about that?
Great. Let's start outside.
on the champagne carpet.
Okay, so
Yes. Go ahead, Christopher.
the champagne carpet, in my opinion, was a low point.
Okay.
I
Tell
thought it
me.
was so
Dirty?
ugly. It looked
Dirty?
dirty. Yes, right.
Dirty.
It looked like you could see like a leaf dropping, like that
Yeah.
someone left from their dress.
Uh-huh.
It was like, I told Dom earlier that it looked like me in my childhood home, like finished basement.
Mhm.
And like me and my friends were like wrapping blankets like around our chests to be like wearing a gown and like taking photos of ourselves, like pretending to be at the Oscars. But it's
Yeah.
really the Oscars.
Which is literally what Florence Pugh wore
Was
Yes.
doing,
like,
yeah.
to the awards.
But like that is what it looked like every time. And it was like wasn't loving it. Like,
Did it bother
again,
you, Rebecca?
I mean, I feel like I'm like some old fogey traditionalist where I'm like, I want the carpet to be red. I just do. I want it. I want it to be red. I was bothered that it was going to be like a dirty basement. Yeah. I would say
Yes.
a dirty basement carpet. What they did it because why? Because the Golden Globes, it was something like that, right?
It's part of a grand scheme of things to make it younger, that they
Oh,
feel
right.
like the red carpet is a little
Is
too
old. Yeah.
old Hollywood and traditional. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess do the kids?
That is so
Is
stupid.
everyone talking about champagne carpet on
Carpets?
TikTok?
Yeah.
The champagne carpet
Carpet.
challenge. What is that? You just walk on it.
Yeah.
That's just so ugly. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it was just so ugly. It's like, give me a red carpet. I'm so sorry. Like, what?
But it also clashed with I thought it clashed. I mean, a lot of people
Yes.
were wearing white, so everyone was just like ghost
Yes.
beings.
Ghost in the shell is what they were.
Yeah.
Those red posts behind
Yeah.
everybody too were really fucking up all
Yeah.
the photographs, because
Yeah.
that was what was clashing
Right.
as well. Who did you think was the best dressed?
You know, I think on the red carpet, I don't love Cara
Excuse me.
Delevigne.
It's
What?
the champagne
Oh, sorry,
carpet.
champagne carpet. I can't
Yeah,
do
how
it.
fucking dare you, Rebecca?
I'm not Gen Z enough. On the champagne carpet, I thought Nicole Kidman looked great. I have to say,
Looked great.
there's
I
something
agree.
I love
Look-
about her.
I agree.
Looked
She
sane.
is
Looked
What
sane.
is what she looked. I mean, she did this weird. Did you see that weird look she did? She did like this head tilt
Yes,
look
she
back.
she was helping the photographers.
Yeah.
She was going
Yeah.
to move the hair in her face.
Yeah.
She's a professional.
She's a professional. She's glamour. She's cuckoo. Her husband with his hair, like
She's a movie
know,
star, number
she's a
one.
movie
She's
star.
one of the few actual movie
Yeah.
stars. And I swear to you,
Yeah.
Keith Urban has darkened his hair. And when they appeared on the red carpet, I kid you not, I jumped out of my chair because I thought it was Tom fucking Cruise hand in hand with Nicole Kidman. And I was like, this is the story of the year. All of this went through my head in literally less than 1 second. And
Were
then
you like,
I realized
the apocalypse has come?
Literally.
or the rapture. I don't even know. Or what could it have been? Is the rapture the good one? Or no, we all die in the rapture. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
When for that 1 second, I was so happy. And then I saw it was Keith Urban, who I normally mistake for Meg Ryan. Truly.
Oh, yeah,
so I was like, how the fuck do I now think you're Tom Cruise?
Yeah. Yeah.
He looked ridiculous.
Or
She
like
looked
Brandy
like a
Carlisle. Right?
Oh,
so she looked
Brandy.
great. I thought Cara Delevigne looked great, but but she's a model, so that's your fucking job.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
Sure, yeah. No, but the dress was stunning.
She looked stunning.
Isn't she in rehab? Didn't she just put on Instagram like, I'm in rehab right now?
She was on the cover of Vogue, and then I think she stopped drinking.
I think she had jury duty also. They let her out of that for this as well. Jury duty and rehab. Being at the Oscars will get you out of that. Yeah. First of all, every time I see her, I have to ask whoever's in the room who she is, because she always looks different. But I feel like I've never seen her before. She also showed up in what we affectionately call the Jennifer Tilly slot, which means she showed up at noon. They weren't even rolling. The champagne carpet wasn't even down yet. It was still concrete. And she was like, I am here. What's her name? The lady in the red dress.
Cara
She did look beautiful. Cara. I was going to call her Carla.
She's also in your favorite show, Only Murders in the Building. She's like Selena Gomez's girlfriend.
Oh my God. Of course she is.
Yes.
That's terrible. I'm a television producer and I hit skip intro on every goddamn thing. I don't know anyone's name.
It's fine.
I know Selena.
It's fine. Yeah.
But she was beautiful. I thought Eva Longoria was beautiful also.
She looked great.
Her breasts were akimbo, though.
Well, talk about breasts. Selma Hayek's breasts. Wow, 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 wee, whoa, wow.
Wow, wee, wow.
Wow.
What I love about Selma Hayek is that she's married to a billionaire. And so even the worst case scenario, if she were to divorce him, she could live for 1 million lifetimes with the most meager amount of money he'd give her. And she still steps it up every fucking time she's out there.
I think Michelle Yeoh might be. I think she was married to a billionaire and might be currently married to a very wealthy 77-year-old man who my mom was like, who is that? Who's that?
The old man that was sitting next to her.
Yeah, that's her husband.
77.
Really?
And I think he's
young.
like a
very wealthy gentleman.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
My girl don't play, okay?
No, I mean she's covered everywhere.
Yeah.
She brought a billionaire to the party that she grabbed an Oscar at.
Yes.
Respect.
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh is really, and she's like, isn't she the captain of the Enterprise?
Yes.
In some universe.
Yes.
She looked great. I mean, what men? Male?
The Rock's suit needed to go. It looked like it was Amazon Basics.
He literally he bought it that day at Topshop and could not see a tailor. It was unbelievable.
It looked like a satin pillowcase.
Yes,
do you know what I mean?
It was so bad. It was literally so bad.
Look, but I'm happy he wore pink. You know, sure.
I guess.
Whatever.
Who else looked good? I thought Lenny Kravitz looked the way he's supposed to look at the Academy Awards. He was very sexy. Just like
Michael B. Jordan
respectful.
looked fantastic, I thought. Yes. Brian Tyree Henry, I find attractive.
Yes.
So he looked good. I think Paul Mescal is he was in Gucci. He looked young. He looked appropriate. Do you know what I mean?
Harry Shum Jr. from Everything Everywhere All at Once had like that white suit with the like cummerbund thing. Kind of like it was exquisite.
Yeah, he looked
Did you get to see Gabriel LaBelle from, I think he's in the Fablemans, right?
Oh yeah.
Who's that? Is that him? Is that Steven?
He's
Spielberg
the kid.
character?
Yeah. And he wore
cute,
a burger. I'm not willing to go on record saying he's cute because I'm not quite sure about his age.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'm assuming he's 18 or over, but I don't want to talk about his physique. I want to talk about that burgundy tuxedo that he wore. It was absolutely beautiful. Chris, I'm assuming that you're Googling his age right now, right?
I'm Googling his age. He's 20 years old, so we're in the clear.
Oh my God, I want him inside me.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say he was wearing a yarmulke. I don't know why.
Which would have been sexy also,
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
honest with you.
yeah.
I don't, whenever I see a guy with a yarmulke on the subway,
Yeah. You're like,
that's an instant boner for me. And
yeah.
if they are also carrying a cello,
Oh, forget it.
I need
Yeah.
smelling salts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ding dong.
Ding dong.
Who else did I think? Oh, Stephanie Shu, I thought had a
Oh,
beautiful
yeah.
pink dress. I
Beautiful.
thought it
Yeah.
was so beautiful.
Absolutely
Styled
gorgeous.
very well. Her hair looked great. Wait, I know, Dominic, I literally thought of you when
what?
I saw this is the woman that wrote the song for Rihanna that had that white like thing that was like coming up above her head.
Tems.
Is that how you
Yeah.
well,
she's
she is
sitting
like the
in the-
least popular person on
And
the
she's
internet.
sitting
today.
she's sitting in the audience, and you see the people like looking
Like,
behind her, like
peeking
trying to
out.
get, and it's literally just this humongous thing in front of everyone that's behind her. And I was like,
She's
Dominic
so
loves
rude.
this person. I know that he does. So I was like,
It's but like I was obsessed with her outfit, but if I were behind her, it would have been
no, I'd be furious.
Furious.
It would have been
Furious.
war.
Yeah.
She was pretty much the only viral
Yeah.
moment out of that audience, too.
Yeah.
People were, I mean, I didn't love Miss Flo's outfit at all, or Mindy Kaling, but nobody was like atrocious.
People weren't. This is the thing, though. Again,
Yeah.
I'm coming back to it again. No one was trying to be
Yes.
like, you've never. I'm gonna be like, look,
Yes.
this is performance art. Like, get ready
Yeah.
for my
Yeah.
like nipple display
Yeah.
on the red carpet, the champagne
And-
carpet. Excuse me.
Right, the champagne
you know what I
carpet.
mean? Like,
Did you
it
see what
wasn't
Gaga was wearing though before
Oh.
beautiful?
the performance?
Uh-huh.
Maybe the outfit of the night. Like to me, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Her whole butt
Gorgeous.
was
She
out.
looked great. She looked great.
All of it. Crack.
I loved it.
And
I saw the
then
crack.
she had to,
Then she.
I mean, I'm not sure what that was.
unclear.
Unclear. Like this song from Top Gun: Maverick is going to change the world. So what I got to do, I have to put on some ripped jeans, some Converse. I have to take my makeup off and sing a song that is literally going to change the world from Top Gun: Maverick.
Okay, so here's my thing. I thought most of the performances were awful. Like,
Except
I did
for-
not like them.
I
And
like Not To.
me too. That was the exception.
That was good.
That's what
Deserved the
that's
win.
what the Oscar
like,
should be to me.
Yes, correct.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I thought Rihanna turned it. I have to say, and I
You were
think
wrong.
I think it is because she just didn't give me that energy at the
Anything?
the
She
Super Bowl
gave you
halftime
nothing?
show. But that's the thing. I mean, it was a good psychological trick. Maybe that was her plan
Yeah.
all along. Was like, I'm going to crawl through the Super Bowl
Right.
halftime show and give you belly, décolletage,
Yeah.
so much hair, live singing, vibrato, a closing note that, as we discussed off camera, might have been sharp and flat at the same time.
Yeah, it
But
was
still,
not.
it was coming from her mouth, from
Yeah.
her
Correct.
face.
Correct.
I mean, but that song literally was a tribute to Chadwick. But that song had the emotion and the feeling, and then for I'm like, Lady Gaga, we're not BetterHelp.com. Why are you saying
Well,
this?
this is the
Why-
thing.
Like,
This is
what
the thing.
happening?
This is the thing. Again, it's like it was a very non-political show, in my
Totally.
opinion. Very much less
Yeah.
so than like the couple
Yeah.
years prior.
Right.
And she didn't get the memo for that at all. She was like, "Oh,
But I'm
everyone's
not
going to be
sure what
saying
she-
this." Like,
I don't even know what she was trying to do. I felt
That's
like
what
she
I'm-
was in the middle of a breakup, honestly.
but that's the thing, is that she was doing her bullshit, that she thought everyone else
Yeah.
was doing their bullshit, and no one
Yeah.
did that.
I
Everyone just
didn't
like,
I didn't like that she said was like, well, this song is very personal to me. And then she sang it. I'd never heard it before. And I'd seen the movie and I still am convinced I'd never heard it before. She sang it and then never referenced why
Yeah.
it was so like, is
That's
this
what I
is this
mean.
a mystery? Like, I
Yeah.
don't just explain why. So I will appreciate it. And I believe that she went to the director and was like, remember how close you shot Bradley Cooper and I for the Star is Born number? Double that. I
Yeah.
want nasal. I
triple
I
zoom.
want you to give
Yeah.
me live LASIK surgery
Yeah.
on the Academy Awards.
and
Yeah, people were identifying moles on her body, thinking they were precancerous. They were just like circling. and-
My
No,
God.
wait, Chris. Wait, you were also distracted during her performance by something different, though.
I literally, when they zoomed in on her face like that, I was like, I didn't even hear anything she said. I blacked out because I literally was just watching her lip injections like
Yeah.
move around in her face, and they look so bad. I'm so upset. I'm mad at
Yeah.
her. I'm mad for her.
Yeah.
Like, and I love her. I have like spent so much money watching her in concert. Like, for her to get those horrible like, I was like, what are her lip injections? This is really bad. And like, I watched her perform this song at the Chromatica Ball, jumping over fire and like
right.
singing, and like I was like, oh, I get what this song is now. And like I was like, this actually isn't bad because it's this big grand thing. For her to do this like stripped down version, I was like, what the fuck's happening? And like we've seen her perform at the Oscars and knock the people off their feet. You know what I mean? Like, remember her like tribute to The Sound of Music?
Yeah.
And like Julie Andrews came out.
I forgot about
like,
that.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. Like, this was weird. I don't know. Like, sure.
Yeah, something's up. I think
like,
something's
again,
up.
she was doing her bullshit and no one else was doing their bullshit.
You're right.
What's up is that she's in the middle of shooting a movie, and so
she's, like,
she
in
literally arrived at the Oscars as Harley Quinn. It is a miracle that she did not do something insane like kill Brendan Gleeson. Like, she's literally
is that why
in
she was
the moment.
She was saying she wasn't going to go, right? Because she was
because she wasn't going to have a chance to rehearse or something.
Well, that makes sense. That she's like, just put a fucking stool on there and I'll just sing.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Give me a goddamn t-shirt.
Like, she's like, I'll just do that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was her t-shirt tied in a knot at the bottom like she was at camp?
It was something. I mean, it was definitely like what I wear to clean my apartment. You know what I mean?
Very Joanne era.
It was very Joanne. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that the performances overall to me were a little lackluster. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, except for I thought everything should be not to. That's what I want to see. Yes. I want to see like numbers.
Remember when the girl from Moana like was singing and that thing almost hit her in the head? That was a great song. That was a great performance. There were flag wavers. There was like, like there was pageantry.
A near-death experience.
Yeah,
she almost got the moments.
Yes. Like we had fun, and again, as this is happening, she dodges it and continues to sing an extremely hard song to sing.
Yeah.
Versus
you're right.
Like,
there was no like
Rihanna, like so pregnant, just like waddling out there. And then literally it's like, I'm not moving an inch off of this weird thing. And then like singing and doing riffs that no one asked her to do. And then Lady Gaga being like, I'm going to just strip it down for everyone. It's like, no, like actually don't. Like get the fire out again and jump over it because that was really fun.
Yeah.
I cannot believe the vitriol at these two performances. And we haven't even mentioned... I'm not going to mock Diane Warren because she's a legend, although I don't know what she was doing on the stage, what she was wearing, who styled her, or whatever. Yeah. But the woman that opened that performance, I don't, in a night that was politics free and everything was wonderful, I just feel like she was lecturing me and I can't remember about what, but I just remember she spoke for 10 seconds and I just said, I don't like your tone. And I went to get some more baguette out of my kitchen. That's what I was watching, eating at that point.
I don't even know what movie that is.
It was a documentary, or it was like a one. It was a one-off
shorts,
or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. For this year, it was good. It was fine. There's no flash. There was no pomp and circumstance. Maybe there was no. I don't know. There weren't many moments where I was like, "This is Hollywood. This is fun. This is exciting." And the reason I think maybe everyone's just sick of talking about politics, and B, the producers probably just needed to play it as safe as possible. They just did not want.
True.
Yeah.
I love that there were some old Hollywood moments for me, like as far as the rivalries. There were so many like 2-person contests with their fandoms. That I liked a lot. I love Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, and the Angela Bassett.
Yeah, I mean, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I would give her. I would give her anything, anywhere, all at once, or spaced out at whatever segments she would like. But I just didn't think she should have won.
Yeah.
I didn't think the role was showy enough. I didn't think she was in it enough. And, I know that she's Jamie Lee Curtis. There was the legacy storyline. It normally is at the Oscars. Chris and I were discussing before. It's almost like it's the exception that the best performance of the year is going to win in any given category. But it's fine. That's not why you watch them. But I really thought that Angela Bassett
Mm-hmm.
was going to win. And I think that Jamie Lee Curtis, they gave it to her because she's Jamie Lee Curtis and because
Yeah.
she's an old woman who
Yeah.
went braless on
Yes.
film. And they were
Yes.
like, well,
Yeah.
that is a bravery.
This is
that
brave.
requires
Yeah.
This is brave.
statue.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is we were talking before, like Jamie Lee Curtis, like this is it. You know what I mean? Like this is the time this is going to happen for her. Angela Bassett could like get in a script
know.
tomorrow. Like
I
there's a
know.
movie that she already shot that she could get nominated
Yeah.
again.
I
Do you know
hope
what I mean?
so.
Like
Yeah.
literally, like, it's already
She's
in the
fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm the only one here that watches 911 on Fox, I assume.
can.
Yeah,
Correct.
you are.
I think I'm the only person
in the world.
in the world that watches it, but that's how much of an Angela Bassett fan I am. So
When Angela Bassett won Entertainer of the Year at the NAACP Awards recently was when I started realizing she did other things this year than just be in Wakanda Forever. And they said, she's, currently on Rescue 911. I did not know that was still on television.
Oh,
I didn't know that she was on that.
yeah, Peter Krause and
like from 6 Feet Under?
And Angela Bassett.
Oh my God.
They're,
Are
spoiler
they
alert.
lovers on the show? Get out of here. Oh, I may watch it now.
There's a viewer. We got another viewer.
I just became their demo.
I'll send you the Reddit thread. I write a lot of fan fiction for it, so I'll send you my fan.
Wait, are they married on this?
Yeah, they're married on the show.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's a cop and he's a firefighter, and they've met.
Like responding to an emergency.
Yeah, they're like, their teams always see each other.
I had no idea that they were married on the show. That is, I'm literally, hey Siri, set an alarm to watch Rescue 911 for 10 p.m.
For what time?
10 p.m.
I set your watch Rescue 9114 alarm for 10 p.m.
That's not what I said.
She's the worst. I fucking hate her.
I fucking hate Siri
I
so
hate
much.
Siri.
If I were going to complain about something, singularly, it would be about why Ariana DeBose had to cry when she announced that the supporting actor Oscar went to Ke Huy Quan. I just thought it was the most actory thing that I'd seen all night. And she was at the Academy Awards.
Yeah. She's in the theater. She's in the theater. It's like Anne Hathaway.
Too much. He's a 51-year-old man. You don't need to say his name like that, for Christ's sake. Ke Huy Quan, why are you crying, girl? Do you know him? Is that your son? Your dad?
Is it bad that I liked it?
That she cried?
I think that she's really earnest. I think that she really does.
Yeah, she's a theater actress. She's earnest.
Yeah.
I believe, like all theater people, she believes that it was earnest when she did it as well. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Would Patty LuPone wouldn't have cried though?
No, God, no. She wouldn't even have been there. She would have been like, what the fuck would I be here?
Fuck this.
She's like, fuck this. Is
Like,
Andrew
I'm
Lloyd
not
Webber
in the
here? I'll
union.
fucking kill him. Yeah.
The union sucks. I think that Everything Everywhere All at Once was great.
Yeah.
I'm happy all those people won. I think years from now, people will compare Michelle Yeoh beating Cate Blanchett as we reference Julia Roberts beating Ellen Burstyn in Requiem for a Dream. I think it's sort of that same exact scenario where I am not unhappy that Michelle Yeoh won an Oscar and she is the moment, but Cate Blanchett in Tar is just like, what the fuck? Like, that's a performance that will legitimately be studied for
and should be
hundreds of years. Absolutely.
And again, my rebuttal is like, she already shot another movie that's just as good, where she does just a good enough. You know what I mean? Like,
she's already written her speech.
There's literally already a movie in the can that's being edited right now where she's going to get nominated again next year.
Yeah, she's our Katharine Hepburn.
Yeah,
she is our Katharine Hepburn,
and should be nominated
and should be.
For.
Yeah,
you know,
she's a movie star. She's classic.
Yes.
She is a movie star. I never thought of her like that, but she really is. She is a movie star.
I mean, she played Katharine Hepburn. What am I talking about?
She won the Oscar for it.
She won the Oscar for it in Avatar. In Avatar,
Avatar 2: The Way of Water. Yes.
I would pay to see The Aviator with those effects
with
underwater.
The Na'vi.
Yeah.
Do you guys? I haven't seen.
It's wet down here.
I haven't. Sorry to that man, James Cameron, but I haven't seen Avatar 2: The Way of Water. but every time I see the Na'vi, I piss myself laughing. I piss myself laughing. How did so funny? They're so funny.
Did you see the first Avatar?
Yeah, 13 years ago.
I saw the second one in theaters. It was
yeah.
exactly what you
It's the
thought it was
same,
going
yeah.
to
It's
be.
the same,
It's
right?
the same movie,
Yeah.
basically, but like
Yeah.
it's building on this. Like they do something different, and it's
Yeah.
it's exactly what you want
Yeah.
it to be. Was it engaging? Yes.
Mhm.
Was it? You know what I mean? It was exactly what you thought it was going to be.
Right. Yeah. And talk about like Oscar or Hollywood feuds or whatever. Like James Cameron lives in Los Angeles and he was like, I'm not
Didn't
going.
even
You didn't
show up.
nominate me.
Neither did
I'm
Tom
assuming.
Cruise.
Which
Tom
is
Cruise said he had to work, but as Chris and I know, I think he had to go on a Sea Org mission, right, Chris?
he's at the Sea Org.
He's
right now,
hiding
probably.
Shelly.
Yeah, like where's
Like,
where's
where's Shelly?
Shelly?
Yeah. Yeah. He had, I mean,
Wow.
do you know, Tom Cruise obviously could be like, you know what? I mean, when they're doing the schedule for the movie, they know the movie's going to intersect with the Oscars. So they schedule around that. I mean,
Yeah.
Bobby
Maybe
Flay had
not.
Easter plans and I knew that 2 months before I had to schedule stuff. Right. So they knew that. So I wonder, I'm just curious. I wonder why he didn't.
No, because I think that he wanted to be up for Best Actor or like have
Yeah.
a producer credit or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well,
and
he
when
did.
knew,
Best
when
film.
but when he knew that it wasn't gonna happen,
Got it. Yeah.
he was like, "Why am I showing up to this?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I bet he was actually in New York leaving a bag of flaming shit outside of Leah Remini's Oscar party.
And so I think that's a part that I actually don't like because like it was the two movies that I think didn't deserve to be there, like did not deserve to be nominated for Best Picture at all.
Yeah.
Like get the fuck out of here. And then you don't even fucking show up. It was the Jimmy Kimmel joke of the two people that begged us to come back to the movie and
Mhm.
were so uppity about
Right,
coming to the movie
right.
and make sure this and our movies are so great and blah, blah, blah. You don't even fucking show up when we
Yeah.
nominate you for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Especially since at the extraordinarily well covered Oscars nominee luncheon 2 or 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I guess no one thought Tom Cruise was going to be there, and he was, and that was like, including every nominee and celebrity there, all they wanted to do was get their picture taken with Tom Cruise, and they just said he was so magnanimous and just like
Mhm.
really just like stole the show. You know, it took a long time for Top Gun to come. This is another tangent, but it took a long time for Top Gun to come out. I don't know if it was supposed to come out before COVID, but it was definitely supposed to come out toward the beginning of it, and it kept getting pushed. And I don't know if there were reshoots or they just didn't want to release it at
No,
home.
they didn't want to release it and have to do it right to direct to video.
Were it not for Top Gun, Tom Cruise may have been a topic on this podcast this season because he had dipped out of sight for a fairly long time. You know, he only pops up when he needs to promote his franchises, but he's not like a party goer. You don't really hear from him unless you're on his very famous Christmas cake list. You don't really hear from him on an annual basis.
He's at sea. He's
He's
at
at-
sea.
he's
He's
at
in the
sea.
Sea Org. That's what's happening. I'm not confused by it at all,
Mhm.
actually.
Do you think when Tom Cruise removes his skin that he looks like one of the Na'vi? Do you think?
Probably.
Yes. No, what was that?
Do you and notice James Cameron also wasn't there, so
Yeah.
there is a connection there. Someone.
I was going to make a
help
joke,
us.
Dom. What was that? V? Remember V? The lizard
Yes,
people?
the Lizard People show. I love that show.
Oh my God. Both
He's V.
versions. He
Yeah.
is V.
Yeah.
My lunatic friend Mark and I talk about Jane Badler as Diana eating that goddamn guinea pig. It comes up at least 3 times a year. Thrice a year.
Thrice a year.
At least.
Yes.
Oh my God, so funny.
What did you all think about Best Actor going to Brendan Fraser?
I didn't see The Whale, but
I
I've
didn't either.
read a lot of discourse about it, and I think I'm uncomfortable. Perhaps I don't know if I'm going to watch it.
Well, it's a fat suit. # justice for Gwyneth
Goop.
Paltrow.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why her performance in Shallow Hal was poo-pooed, but we're giving
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser
Yes.
an Academy Award for
Yes.
it.
Yeah. Well, men.
Justice for Goop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Justice
men,
for
and it
Goop.
really is men. And, like, it really
Yeah.
is men.
I guess the problem was that she was female and also the fat suit apparently not fat enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to go morbidly obese to
Yes,
win an
morbidly
Oscar if you're
obese.
going to
Yeah.
pretend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to say almost every single one of the Best Picture nominees, minus the like Top Gun and Avatar, which are to make a lot of money. And then I think Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like every other film was like, I am making this movie so that it will get nominated so that I can go to the Academy Awards and maybe win. And like that, it just seems like such that.
Mm-hmm.
And like Tar, that didn't turn me off because I like literally masturbate to Kate Blanchett's performances. And
That is troubling. I think the universe is telling us that it's time to pitch. Rebecca, this is how this works. We're each going to give our pitch to fix the Academy Awards. You will tell us which pitch you think is the one that we should submit. The winning pitch will be submitted to Janet Yang at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, and we will see what her response is. Chris also, well, he'll tell you how he pitches. We pitch in different ways.
Oh no, I know. I'm familiar with the show.
That's right. You're a super fan.
I'm a super fan.
Oh, you know the other thing before I pitch, you know the one thing I was very upset about? The woman, the main girl in Triangle of Sadness died.
Oh, I know.
And they did not put her in the in memoriam. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, but
that's right. Charlby, right?
Yes.
Is that her name? Yeah.
Or Anne Heche.
Or Anne Heche.
Paul Sorvino.
Like, what the fuck? Okay, here's another thing that was a grievance that I had that I forgot to say, but now I'm going to do it. When there would be two people that would go up for the awards, if the second person was white, they got to speak, and if they weren't, they did not get to speak. Period.
Ooh.
Oscar's still so white. It was one of it was the women that won for the elephants of something.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It was like the one about the elephants, the caretakers of elephants or something like that.
Yes.
And the two women went up, the two Indian women, and it was like, it's history in the making. It's the first Indian production to win an Oscar. The two women go up. The one woman gets to speak. Stunning dress, by the way. I was like, I'm obsessed with her. And then literally they, quicker than quick, bring her off. And like the other woman like held her thing up in the air and realized that she wasn't going to get to speak. So she held her Oscar up in the air and was like shouting to the crowd. And it was that weird camera because they like didn't cut away to the next thing yet, but it was like really far away and the mic was off. And so the other woman didn't get to talk at all.
Yeah.
And then they did it the next time. It was two white people. They both got to speak. And then the next one was two people that were not white. And then the second person did not get to speak.
Wow.
And then they did it again.
I really did not
and it was two
that.
white people and the two white people got to speak.
Wow.
So like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've been saying Oscar so white for fucking 18 million years now. Like, what are you doing? Let her speak for 30 seconds.
They cut off a lot of people too.
Yeah. And
I'm
like,
the audience reacted every time and they didn't relent.
Yeah.
They just kept it moving.
So I was upset about that. Anyway,
I was upset that Todd Field was dressed like Slugworth from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. What was that about? He also looked like when Harrison Ford came out to present Best Picture, I thought that he was going to see Todd Field in the audience and think that he looked like the villain Tote from Raiders of the Lost Ark and run screaming.
I think that's Todd's aesthetic though, right?
Does he always wear that hat?
I don't know. I feel like there's something there with the face and I don't know. I think that's his look.
His face is attached to that hat, isn't it?
Yeah.
He had an accident. That's okay.
He is Tar. Tar is him, right?
Tar is him, yes. Lydia Tar.
Yeah.
Okay, my pitch starts. So I think where the Oscars really started to deviate is when Ellen DeGeneres hosted the Oscars and she did the picture where it was like the selfie with like her and Jennifer Lawrence. If I remember correctly, it's like Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep, what is his name? The one in A Star is Born. What is Bradley Cooper and like a few other famous people. And they took that photo and it was the most retweeted photo on Twitter ever at the time.
Right.
And it like exploded on the internet. And they were like, wow, like, look what just happened. Like, look at the engagement that we just got. Look at we just carried this over to social media and everyone's going to be talking about this. Everyone was. We all know what the picture is. Like, we all remember that photo. And I think she did a really good job that year of hosting, actually. I think she was very funny. She did funny things. And she was, like, kind of mean to all them, like how we now, like, hate her for. But, like, she would, like, just talk to them very, like, plainly. And they got in their head that now it needs to turn into, like, the fucking Twitterverse bullshit. And I think that is where it started to really get to the years where we were like, what the fuck is this? This is so bad, blah, blah, blah. And we all hated it for so long. What they need to do is they need to continue what they were doing here, where it was not about Twitter and it was not about sharing and it wasn't about TikTok and it wasn't about this and this and that and these viral moments. And they need to shift the entire thing 2 hours earlier so that it's not midnight when we're ending the Oscars. They need to continue to have hosts that are hosts, not a random comedian that's getting their big shot on the Oscars. They can rotate them out. They're going to keep it an award show. It's not going to be an award show and a variety show and maybe this celebrity that is very serious is going to do something funny or this and that and this and that. They're going to keep it just a strict award show like we saw last night.
With musical performances?
With musical performances.
Okay.
They were just bad this year. Sorry, they were, but we could just get better.
It's okay. I wasn't performing, but
Yeah,
thank you.
no, but you know what I mean? It's like we
Somebody's knocking at your door. Oh, it's Aesop Rocky. Turn around. Turn around.
And the thing that they need to do in order to like really get the like Oscars so white like stench off of them is that they are going to create a streaming service called Oscars Plus. And what it is going to be is that all of the Oscar movies that you can't find anywhere are going to be put on Oscars Plus. And I don't know if either like it's $5 a month or like every season we pay a premium to then have it. But every single Oscar nominated thing, period, that we can't access on our HBO Maxes, our Netflix, you know, like obviously Netflix will just keep their shit. Like I love when you get to click into Netflix and it's like Oscars 2023. Every single thing that's nominated is fucking right there at your fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
You can go from The Sea Beast to Pinocchio to fucking everything else. You know what I mean? It's like, and you just have it all. On HBO Max, same thing. They have that where it's just like all the documentaries are nominated, all the things they had. It was so easy to find them. Half of those like documentaries weren't in theaters. You couldn't find them anywhere. Could you rent them for $9 million? Like they make a contract with the Oscars where they would get a residual for how much it's streamed. But every single thing there is in this Oscars Plus streaming service. And then what they do is do a masterclass type situation where like I was just listening to Michelle Yeoh on Las Culturistas where she was talking about her script and how she uses the tags and she does this. And like you have all the people that win and all the nominees get all of these like masterclass type things where they explain their process and like the directors get to explain things. And like it's these takeaway tips and tricks of like creators and all the different people, like the wardrobe people. Oh, when I go shopping for wardrobe, I think about this. And it's like all these virally things that we want them to do. They have that in this Oscars Plus streaming service. It's like a competitor to Masterclass in a way.
So you were saying Oscars So White would fix this. Are we also going to do like Black directors or blah, blah, blah? Like, what are we doing? We're diversifying.
I want that Indian director that was like shoot off the thing to like have a whole masterclass where she's
story.
Like, here's why we thought this was a good movie. Here's why we thought this. And it's like on demand when you want it. And then you basically are like you're giving these people a platform more than the 45 seconds allegedly that they have, that if you don't immediately rip away from them, they will just move on to the next one. You know what I mean? And so then like when, you know, Spike Lee gets to have his whole thing of like, I made this movie and this movie and this movie and this movie, and I still never like got the recognition I thought I deserved and blah, blah, blah. Like they can make it what they want, but you're giving like these people this platform that like we as people that love movies would sign up for and like want to hear all about their process and they're this and they're that. Because I think the thing that I really loved about this year was that I watched all of the Best Picture nominees and I watched all the animated features. I watched a lot of the documentaries, and that changed it from me so much because I could speak from experience of like what I thought really should win and not just like the one movie I saw that I thought was good.
Yeah.
And like if we were able to give the access of these movies, and again, like The Elephant Whisperer was like on Netflix so we all could see it, but some of those other ones that were in that category, like I was like, I have no idea what this is, and like didn't see it on any streaming service. I looked for it, couldn't find it, couldn't get it. You make Oscars Plus, you can say that like 25% of it goes to that museum or whatever that they like are doing all the time. Like if you want to do a charity with it, whatever the fuck. But they basically
it's paying for carpet cleaning.
You're paying for the carpet cleaning of the champagne carpet. you're paying for all the things that you like wish you had more money to do, and like you're giving these people a platform. So like Angela Bassett, oh my God, Angela
I
Bassett.
can't. If you don't leave this in, I'm going to cancel the whole podcast.
Angela Bassett.
Yes.
Angela Baskin.
could people are actually going to murder me now. Like I should look over my shoulder. I'm leaving this all in. Angela Bassett truly could like do a whole fucking masterclass about like all the things that she did. So when it's sad that she didn't win and she deserved it, there's like a whole situation that we can then delve into and be like, she is such a good actress. Like, oh, good for her, blah, blah, blah. And that is what I think they do. And I rest my case.
Wow.
Okay.
One of my concerns with your idea is why I had a difficult time figuring out how to get people to come back to the Oscars, is because I don't want to how do I put it? I don't want to fuck with the prestige of the Academy Awards. Like I want to make sure I don't want it to be like you must spend money and all of your weekends and evenings tracking these movies down, because years ago that was what you did. And that was the great thing about living in and outside New York City, is that I could go to the Quad and the Paris Theater and Lincoln Square, and like I could see all these movies. And when I would talk to friends or family across the country, I'd be like, what do you mean? I saw China Syndrome months ago.
Yeah.
I was 8. So
Tokyo Story or whatever. Yeah.
But it became
however, like people that don't live in New York, like we now have the access to give these little movies that could worldwide viewing.
Agreed. So it's a slippery slope. You want it to be more an event. You want the Academy Awards to be like Eurovision is in every European country.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Wait,
you
that's
want
so funny.
people to have their favorite. So how do you engage people? Well, I think maybe because I saw a few more of them this year than I normally do, but the documentary shorts, the animated shorts, and the live action shorts, I think that category of film is so key to drawing people in, because people don't want to sit down and watch something that's long.
10 3-hour-long movies.
I mean,
like
that is my yes.
I want these short films to be more accessible to people, because I think watching those short films is more digestible for a 2023 audience more than ever. And I think that will be a gateway to them watching these other films. I'm nervous about making all of the films that accessible, because then there will be no theatrical motion picture industry. You know, like you still want people to go out and see the majority of these movies, because no matter how hard we try, these movies are still being shot for the big screen for the most part. I don't know.
Correct.
I wouldn't put Megan or Cocaine Bear in that category, but
My
I'm
two
sure
favorite movies of this year.
It's March. If you put documentary feature in there, that's 4 awards. That's a big chunk of airtime where people don't know any of the names of the films that are nominated. That's 20 names that are going to be called that no one's heard of before. My parents have not heard of any of those movies, and they love movies, but not in that way. And you want them to be engaged. The other thing is, I think that there should always be 10 nominees. And I think that 3 of them, no matter what, should be the 3 top grossing movies of the year. Those should always have a spot in the top 10, because that is a way you're going to let people know that the best isn't just this snobby group of people. Like, it's how you sort of collectively get everyone involved. And no matter what, these 3 movies got the most attention, so they should be recognized. What I think is great about it is that there will be some awful movies in there, but that's what the Oscars are about. They're about doing what we do now. Like, you have these points of a conversation where there will be high grossing movies in there that wouldn't normally be in there. Plus, it leaves 7 movies for the snobs to do what we do. And that's a lot. I mean, up until a couple of years ago, it was always only 5 films, at least in the recent years. But that way you get everyone involved without doing it. Anytime I hear someone say that let's do an audience award, I don't know why I bristle at it. I don't want that. I'm a purist. I want to change the Academy to be more evolved without having to just let every single person who owns a telephone be the one to vote on. And
Mhm.
it is happening. I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once winning Best Picture is a moment, because a movie like that is not supposed to win Best Picture, and it did. So the Academy is trying to change. I mean, you can definitely see that. Like, they're making an effort, even just by
Mhm.
including a movie like that or Triangle of Sadness in the conversation, that they're definitely making an effort.
And Wakanda, and that
Yeah, when Black Panther was
Black
nominated,
Panther and um the Joker. Well, Heath Ledger, right? Did Heath
Mhm.
Ledger win for right? So
yeah,
R.I.P. Yeah,
Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix,
yeah,
both won
right.
for playing
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
same
truly.
character.
Yeah. So they are trying.
My counterpoint to yours is it makes me very nervous to wonder what trash hole fucking stupid ass movie would then be
Well,
like
it's just going to be Marvel
next
movies.
to. Do you know what I mean? But like next
It's just
to,
going to be 3. It's going to be Ant-Man. It's going
but
to
like
be
you know what I mean? Like Paul
right?
Rudd and Ant-Man and the Wasp, like versus like Lydia Tarr. Do you know what I mean? Like that to me scares me. But we basically already had that, I guess, kind of this year.
Yeah, we had
Well,
Top
we did
Gun.
with Top Gun, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Avatar.
and
2,
Avatar:
The
The
Way of
Way
Water.
of Water.
Well, that would mean this year that
Yeah,
it would have meant that the Best Picture nominees would have been
Top Gun.
Top Gun Maverick, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Although, really, it would have to be Avatar, because I think if you're going to count it, it should be up until
Yeah,
the nominations come out, because a lot of big movies, although maybe with my idea, some movies would open up earlier in the year, so there's
Yep.
not a glut during the fall.
Yeah.
yeah.
But people would really try. Isn't that funny? 2 of the top 3 grossing movies last year were already nominated.
Mm-hmm.
What would be, so if the Academy Awards were held right now, this would mean that Avatar, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Puss in Boots would all be
Oh, 2?
Colon the
Puss in-
Last
forced to be
Wish.
nominated.
Puss in
Colon
Boots
the
2?
Last Wish. Colon the Last Wish. Isn't that
Puss
Puss in Boots
in-
3?
It's the
Is
third
Oh, I
one.
thought it's 3. I thought
I
it was
think
I
2.
think it's I think it's the third one.
It is the third.
I'm sorry. I'm not in the Puss in Boots fandom. I'm so
Well,
sorry.
Honestly, if another week goes by, it would mean that Creed 3 would be nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, Cocaine
A-
Bear.
Cocaine
80
Bear.
for ladies, and the Oscar goes to 80 for Brady.
Brady. The ladies from 80 for Brady.
Oh my God. Take 20 minutes to haul them up there. Can you imagine? We have to preset them backstage.
Okay, so to recap,
Okay. This is
'cause
hard.
we just did a lot of talking. I am saying move it 2 hours up
Okay.
and give me Oscars plus and give these people
Okay.
like a platform to kind of preach and like teach people about their filmmaking, even if they don't win. And then yours is make the shorts more accessible and the top 3 grossing movies of the year go into the Best Picture category, right?
Right. And also, LL Cool J has to host the broadcast fully nude.
Okay.
Copy that.
Yeah. Rock those bells. Ladies do love him. This is hard.
Name. It's his name.
It's truly his name.
Truly. I love him.
You can react to what you think of them.
Working in TV production and production management, I'm just a little nervous that Oscars, and see, this is like killing creativity, which is what I do in my job, I guess. Oscars Plus is going to have a lot of rights and streaming issues that they're never. So that's what I'm worried about for that one. There's
Okay.
just going to be like, I don't know if it could happen,
But it's not like it doesn't have to be everything.
Mhm.
I'm saying like it's just like the ones that don't have a home.
Okay.
You can sign up
Yeah.
for this and you can watch them
Yeah.
like as you're cramming.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Because I don't have an idea. I mean, I think it has to start from some of the movies themselves. Like, as we were saying, I'm so sick of going to a movie and it's like every movie's Lawrence of Arabia and there's an intermission and it's like the movies are, I don't know. Are they historically?
It can just be a movie. Like it
Yeah.
could just be a movie. Like
I don't want to bring up his name, but I'm going to bring up his name. Woody Allen movies are 90 minutes long. Like that's what I liked about Megan and Cocaine Bear, honestly. They were 90-minute movies and I was entertained and I liked them. And occasionally like we would get 2.5 hour movies. But now every movie is 3 hours long. And that makes them a little, I guess, except for a Marvel movie, which people would go to if it was
True.
10 hours
4,
long.
7 hours
Right.
long, truly.
Right, truly. So that's where I feel like it needs to start from. Like, I'm not saying make the movies more accessible, but just like, I don't know, edit the movies.
Yeah, edit. It's called a red
Edit.
pen.
Yeah, do that. Do that. More
I
Snow
wish
White.
Chris's face could be seen when he said that. It was just so, he meant it.
No,
It's
but
called a
true.
red pen.
It's true.
Yeah.
Literally, like, why was half of these movies like 3 hours
Yeah.
long?
3 hours long.
But unless it's good, like Tar was long and
Yeah.
took me multiple viewings, but I could have sat through double the Tar.
But the point of Tar was to be long. Like
I
the
think like
point of it
Tar
was to be long.
clearly has acts also. Like I
Yes.
feel like it was like they had a clear beginning, middle, end. There are just some movies lately where I'm like, come on. Okay, I think I'm going to give it to Dom.
He deserves it. It was a good pitch.
It's hard for me to say because I love you both so much.
I came in and told him already. I said, you're going to win this one. Didn't I say that to you at the beginning
You
of this?
did.
I said, you're going to win.
I would like to
I
thank
knew
the
that he was going to
Academy.
win.
I
I
don't
don't know
know
what else to
please.
say. Yeah.
I think at least you can get a free membership to the Academy Museum.
I should.
Mhm.
So now that I am the winner, I want you
Mhm.
to know when Janet accepts this idea. I'm just doing a
Mhm.
little live research about what
Okay.
movies under my plan
Mhm.
would have been nominated for Best Picture. In 2020, the Academy Award nominees for Best Picture would include Bad Boys for Life and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wait. I'm so sorry. Can you tell me who was in Bad Boys for Life? Because maybe
That was Will. It was probably Will Smith.
Smith.
And I was going to say
Lawrence.
Martin Sheen, which I
Martin-
think
yeah,
probably
Martin
would have been
Sheen.
better. Will Smith and Martin Sheen.
Martin
Yeah.
Sheen.
Mhm.
Of
Now-
the Estevez Sheens? No, this is a fun game that we probably shouldn't do, Dom, but I love this. Like, give me like
But honestly, in the year 2000,
Yeah.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas would have been nominated. for Best
Beautiful
Picture.
film.
Jim Carrey was outstanding and Christine Baranski's in it.
Yeah, our
Yep.
favorite.
Yeah.
Along with Mission Impossible 2 and Gladiator. They
Look
would
at
have
that.
been
And Gladiator was
One.
nominated. Right,
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
2001 would have been, again, not bad. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Fantastic work. Fantastic
Shrek,
work.
which might have won the Oscar that year for,
For animation, yeah.
and Monsters, Inc.
Okay. Well, I bet Monsters Inc. won.
Wait, what was 90?
I think I know this. I didn't. Ghost, which was nominated for Best
Yeah.
Picture.
Yes.
Pretty Woman, which was not nominated, but was nominated for Best Actress. And Home Alone.
Oh,
That's an example of like, that's the perfect movie that should have been nominated for
Yeah.
Best Picture and not won, just because you'd want to see
Yeah.
it in there.
but those
Yeah.
are three. See, what I'm saying, we can't fix it unless the movies are fixed because the issue is, or not, I don't want to, it's not an issue, but it's just going to be Marvel movies and Star Wars sequels and what have you.
Yeah.
But that year, Ghost, Pretty Woman, and Home Alone.
like 3 iconic movies that like
Three
everyone
iconic
my
movies.
age like
Yeah.
loves and like is
yeah.
But you're right. It will be ruined by like Top Gun being in there. I actually didn't mind it being nominated. I
mind.
thought it was very
I did. Where's
entertaining.
Shelley?
Yeah, well, that's true. It's hard. It's hard. As a person who loves Isaac Hayes, I'm a huge Isaac Hayes fan. Fucking Shaft. I autographed Isaac Hayes poster around the corner here. It's tough. And also Woody Allen. It's hard. It's hard.
I know.
It's tough.
Women
talking. Yeah.
talking. Well,
That's
that's
just
what
what-
this
that's
is
what
right
this
now.
is.
Yeah.
This is what-
I actually think that this idea is gonna work. I like this idea. But I also like this idea if it was 1975. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
All right, so Dom won. I think we did it.
okay, great.
You're welcome, Oscars.
We now close the first annual Fixing Famous People Oscars Spectacular.
And we're
Love
gonna do
lift us up where we belong. Da-na-da-na-na.
next year. We're gonna do a live version
Okay.
where we'll
we should
and
do a
Rebecca
live
come
watch
join us.
party.
We'll do a live watch party next
Okay.
year once we know what the fuck we're doing.
Okay.
And that's it. So Rebecca, Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Where can we find you?
You don't need to find me anywhere. Just if you're watching Discovery ID shows, maybe just watch Mean Girl Murders on Discovery ID on Monday nights. Watch old episodes of Cash Cab.
Okay.
The Playboy Murder.
Pardon?
The Playboy Murders.
The Playboy Murders. Yes.
Is that what your Emmy is for?
No, it's all daytime. Cash Cab and Bobby Flay's Barbecue Addiction. So,
wow.
Just watch TV. That's what I say.
All
if you want to make me happy, watch television.
Chris, where can we find you?
You can find me at the Krista Rosa.
Well, you can find me at domentary.com, and all my socials are there. Chris?
Please like and review the show and write in your review who you want us to fix next. And as always, Rebecca, say it with me. Where's
Shelly?
Shelly?
Where's
Goodbye.
Shelly?